AI just described my dream life perfectly, so why do I feel empty? Why does seeing the plan make me feel like I've already achieved it when I haven't done a thing? Is ChatGPT helping you manifest or just feeding your fantasies? There's a strange moment that happens when you ask AI to write out your dream future. You get a perfect response. You're waking up in your ideal home, starting a powerful morning ritual, running your dream business, feeling confident, calm, and free. It sounds right, like it gets you. It's emotionally resonant. It feels powerful. It even feels real. But then nothing happens. No energy surge, no breakthrough, no action. Just a quiet, creeping sense of hollowness. What just happened? Welcome to the illusion of progress, a trap powered by AI, validated by your brain, and designed to mirror your desires without moving you forward. 1. The fantasy feedback loop. Here's what's actually happening when AI mirrors your dream life back to you. 1. You describe what you want. Confidence, freedom, alignment, success. 2. AI reflects it back perfectly through an articulate, emotional, vision-driven script. 3. Your brain releases dopamine. You feel good. It feels like movement. 4. But you haven't moved. Nothing has changed. This is the psychological equivalent of watching a fitness video and thinking you've worked out. AI is a dream mirror. It shows you what you hope to live without requiring you to live it. Why it feels so good and why that's dangerous. Let's get into the science. When the brain sees clarity, it rewards itself. That's because humans are wired to respond to predictability. When a clear, emotionally compelling roadmap is presented, the brain interprets it as progress, even if it's just a story. And that clarity, especially when emotionally vivid, triggers the same reward systems as actual movement. In short, you feel accomplished without doing anything. And once your brain thinks progress has occurred, the urgency to act disappears. You scroll to the next thing, you chase another dose of clarity, and you repeat the cycle. The result? You become addicted to synthetic motivation. 3. The algorithmic echo chamber. Here's where it gets deeper. The more you rely on AI for emotional scripting, the more it reinforces your idealized identity, not your real one. Let's say you ask, describe my ideal morning routine as a successful entrepreneur. Write a visualization of me living my best life. Give me affirmations that make me feel powerful. AI complies. It delivers exactly what you asked for, over and over again. It becomes an echo chamber of what you want to hear. But here's the issue. There's no friction, no challenge, no call to rise, and in the absence of friction, there's no transformation. True growth requires challenge. It requires tension between who you are and who you're becoming. AI removes that tension, and in doing so, it removes the fuel for growth. 4. The misuse of visualization. Visualization can be a powerful tool, but only when it's linked to intentional action. In the hands of AI, visualization becomes a consumable, not a practice. You read about your dream life, you feel inspired, but because the AI makes it so easy to imagine, your brain skips the critical part, the hard work of embodiment. You don't integrate the vision, you consume it. It's like watching someone else's life story on repeat and mistaking it for your own development. Now 5. Why this matters now more than ever. This problem isn't just personal, it's generational. We are entering an age where AI can create infinite reflections of our desires. Personalized scripts, affirmations, narratives, visualizations, all custom-tailored to make us feel like we're becoming something powerful. But in truth, most people are just feeling powerful, not becoming. It's the age of emotional illusion, where insight replaces action and inspiration replaces discipline. And if we don't build awareness now, we risk becoming a generation that confuses clarity for growth and mirrors for movement. 6. The invitation. This series isn't about rejecting AI, it's about reclaiming your inner authority. AI can be a tool, a guide, a mirror, but it cannot create transformation. That's still your job. And it begins not with imagining more, but with doing less better. In part 2, we'll break down the deeper reasons why people freeze after receiving perfect AI plans and how to rebuild your nervous system around action instead of emotional hits. You don't need another script. You need to move, even if it's imperfect. Let's get back to progress that lives in your body, not just your inbox. Welcome to Think Fresh Daily. Let's get real. Let's move. You've seen how AI can feel like self-actualization. but deep down, you sense something is missing. In part 2, we examine why clarity feels like change and rarely is. More importantly, we'll surface the strategy that bridges thought and action. 1. The clarity inertia disconnect. Neuroscience reveals something unsettling. Seeing clarity does not produce movement. In fact, it often reduces urgency. Your brain treats a vivid, satisfying visualization as progress. Dopamine surges, you feel accomplished, but you remain physically unchanged. Over time, this reinforces a predictable pattern. Plan, feel momentarily good, stall, repeat. That's the clarity inertia disconnect. Clarity becomes a comfortable stopping point, not a starting line. Now 2. Why we fall for the illusion. 2 main systems are at play. The default mode network, which thrives on familiar, comfortable loops, like rereading a prompt instead of writing the first sentence. The reward network, which delivers pleasure when progress seems to happen, because anticipation mimics achievement. When AI creates a beautiful script that exactly matches your desires, both networks light up. You feel alive. You feel hopeful, but no action is taken. Your brain labels this experience as success and cues the next dopamine hit, often via distraction or more AI prompts. 3. The emotional comfort trap. Perhaps even more insidious, this process becomes emotionally comfortable. It gives the illusion of meaningful self-reflection. It allows you to feel growth, even while avoiding risk. It lets you stay stuck in imagination while telling yourself you're working. Comfort, once mistaken for progress, becomes stagnation in disguise. Breaking free, why you need friction windows. Imagine threading a needle of growth between 2 shifting forces, clarity and resistance. The gap in between is thin, and we call it the friction window. To reclaim momentum, you must open that window, even when it's uncomfortable. After clarity, take immediate, imperfect action, even if it's 1 sentence or 1 breath. After pause, reconnect to discomfort and act anyway. Accept that growth doesn't feel comfortable, it feels real. 5. What actually disrupts illusion? Here's the action protocol. 1. Prompt, pause, action. Once AI gives clarity, stop reading. Pause for breath. Act, even minimally. 2. Reward rewrite. Replace dopamine from imagination with dopamine from execution. Celebrate the completion, not the perception. 3. Proof loop. Journal one thing you did, no matter how small. Over time, that log becomes your identity tracker. 4. Ambient triggers. Let your environment reinforce micro-step. Place notebook on table, pre-fill water bottle, keep affirmation card visible. Make friction literally larger than distraction. Number 6. Your real task right now. Ask yourself, when was the last time I felt excited but didn't move? How often do I consume clarity instead of embodying it? What small action am I avoiding that would actually shift me? Then choose one aligned step, not after planning, but after feeling invited to action, and commit imperfectly to doing it. In part 3, we'll confront the deeper emotional patterns that keep you from closing this loop, like perfectionism, imposter fear, or saboteur narratives, and how to work with them through identity-based systems. If you're weary of beauty without progress or clarity without results, welcome in. Think Fresh Daily helps you move, not just imagine. You've discovered that AI brings clarity, but clarity can also paralyze. In this part, we go deeper into why knowing doesn't always lead to doing, because certain internal narratives and emotional blocks hold us back. Nat 1. Perfectionism. When clarity becomes a map you never leave. Perfectionism is subtle. It promises excellence but demands safety. So even when AI hands you a flawless blueprint, your brain quietly calculates, if I can't follow it perfectly, maybe I shouldn't begin at all. The result, you stay in the loop of planning, editing, refining, never launching or living. To break the cycle, shift the priority. Embrace progress over precision. Value micro show-ups more than perfect first attempts. Use the phrase, I choose messy alignment over no alignment. 2. Imposter fear, the comfort trap, disguised as scrutiny. Imposter fear tells you, perhaps this path isn't for you. You analyze, audit, rehearse, looking for a reason not to act. AI plans can fuel this. They raise the bar you feel you must meet. To disrupt this, internalize. I don't need to know everything to start. Begin anyway, with small proof gestures. Repeat the act even when self-doubt whispers, maybe I'm not ready yet. Path 3. Resistance as intention, the hidden connection. Resistance isn't a roadblock. it's a data point. When your internal system resists a certain action, even if reasonable, ask, what fear is this revealing? What emotion am I avoiding? What step toward integration can I make despite discomfort? That step may be tiny, but it connects intention with embodiment, bridging the emotional gap. Half 4. Identity work, the antidote to emotional traps. AI scripts your desires, but identity emerges through action. When emotional blocks arise, emotional trap, identity practice. Perfectionism, commit to imperfect micro steps daily. Imposter fear, journal 1 moment of self-trust from your day. Resistance to act, pause, breathe, then perform an aligned action. These practices hijack the emotional script and reaffirm internal identity. Mini rituals that rewire friction. When emotional friction spikes, apply these. Resistance. Pause. Stop reading or planning. Breathe deeply. Acknowledge what you feel. I'm scared or I feel unready. Then do 1 aligned micro step. Proof trigger. Immediately after action, take 1 second to note. I did it, even though. Self-leadership affirmation. Even in fear, I commit to showing up. These micro habits build trust over time. Trust that you can act even when emotion fights back. Nala 6, example story. From clarity trap to identity shift. A viewer shared they'd been using AI plans for weeks. Affirmations, visual scripts, perfect routines. But each morning they'd freeze in indecision. They started daily journaling. 1 sentence capturing fear, and immediately wrote 1 aligned sentence toward their goal. Resistance showed up. They paused, breathed, moved forward despite emotion. After a month, they didn't need the script anymore. They'd become someone who starts even when afraid. Identity replaced the plan. Summary: bridge the gap with emotional intelligence. Emotions aren't just obstacles, they're messengers. Learn what they reveal before they sabotage you. Identity isn't given by prompts, it's earned by action. Small aligned actions are more potent than perfect plans. Practice isn't performance, it's emotional coaching in motion. What's next in part 4? We'll structure practical rituals to help you act even when motivation fails. You'll learn how to combine intention, micro-action, emotional reset and proof into a sustainable system. Real transformation, no illusion. If you're tired of brilliance without movement or insight without integration, you're in the right place. Stay with Think Fresh Daily. Let's build growth that lives. In part 3, we looked at the emotional blocks that trap us in imagined clarity, perfectionism, fear, resistance. Now it's time to ask, what do we do when we know we're stuck in the illusion of progress but still feel frozen? The answer is ritual. 1. Ritual is not routine, it's intentional movement through resistance. Many people confuse routine with ritual. Routine is mechanical, ritual is intentional. A ritual acknowledges emotional reality. It respects your fear, your fatigue, your excuses, and still offers a doorway into forward motion. A ritual is a signal to your nervous system. I am the kind of person who acts anyway. 2. Design a ritual loop that anchors identity, not just task completion. Here's a powerful, flexible ritual loop you can build. 1. Morning anchor. A short statement. Today I am someone who moves, no matter how small the step. Say it, write it, feel it. 2. Micro-commitment. Choose a minimum action, e.g. write 1 sentence, do 1 push-up, review 1 idea. It must be easy enough to do even at your worst. 3. Pause and permission before acting. Pause. Close your eyes, take 1 breath. Say, even if I feel resistance, I show up. 4. Proof log. After acting, document it. 1 line, I moved, I proved. 5. Evening reflection. Ask, what did I prove about myself today? Not what you got done. This isn't productivity, it's identity conditioning. 3. Create emotional anchors to support the ritual. Your ritual must engage more than logic. It must reach your feeling self. Build sensory or symbolic cues. A specific pen you only use for your morning intention. A candle or playlist that starts your micro-step time. A physical gesture, like placing your hand over your heart before action. These cues bypass mental resistance. They invite your nervous system into trust and safety. Tama 4. Protect the ritual from over-optimization. This is crucial. Don't AI optimize your ritual to death. The moment it becomes a 10-step plan with color codes and 3 AI-generated affirmation variations, you've re-entered the clarity trap. Keep it simple, repeatable, emotionally alive. It's better to do a single breath and a 5-word sentence every day than a 20-minute optimized ritual you abandon in 3 days. Reframe the purpose. From output to identity reinforcement. You're not doing the ritual to get things done. You're doing the ritual to remind your brain, this is who I am. When results don't show up right away, when no one claps, when you feel flat, when you're still scared, this identity-based framing will keep you steady. Don't ask, did I achieve? Ask, did I align? 6. Example, when it works. Let's say you've used AI to write the perfect script for your dream life, but nothing is changing. You feel paralyzed. Here's what your ritual might look like instead. Morning, I move before I'm ready. Micro action, write 1 line in your journal. Today I resist the illusion. Breath, touch the journal. Write 1 sentence toward your project. Log it, I moved. At night, I didn't chase clarity, I chose movement. That's real change, that's identity in motion. That's anti-illusion. What happens over time? At first, the ritual feels mechanical, but by day 10, your body leans into it. By day 21, it feels familiar. By day 45, it feels like home. That's not discipline, that's embodiment. AI can generate words, but you can generate patterns, and those patterns become self-trust, confidence, and resilience. Our summary: ritual over resolution, ritual element, purpose, internal trust, morning anchor, identity direction, action over thought, pause permission, emotional readiness, proof log, builds internal trust, evening reflection, identity reinforcement over output, symbolic cue, connects ritual to the body. In part 5, we'll examine how to track real momentum, avoid the inspiration addiction, and measure transformation by presence, not just progress. If you're tired of watching your AI scripts collect dust, let's build a life that moves. Think Fresh Daily is here to guide the motion. You've built understanding. Clarity can stall, emotional patterns can trap you, and rituals can reconnect you to your identity in action. But what keeps that growth steady over weeks and months? Part 5 offers the answer. Reliable tracking, defined resets, identity-based proof, and adaptive ritual rhythm. This is where persistence becomes effortless over time. 1. Proof journaling, your North Star, not your to-do list. Most people use journals to plan, track tasks, or vent frustration. But true momentum is built with a different kind of log. Proof journaling. Each day ask, what did I actually do to move toward clarity? Not what you planned, not what you envisioned. What did you act on, even if imperfect, even 1 line? I wrote 1 sentence under resistance, serves as identity reinforcement. Over time, this log becomes your internal proof archive. Evidence you're the person who chooses alignment. 2. Revisiting your vision with nuance, not rewriting. Once idealized plans fade, many people discard their vision and begin again. But reshaping your vision without abandoning it is the difference between grounded growth and trend chasing. At monthly checkpoints, review your proof journal, not your plan. Reflect. What aligned action consistently showed up? What emotional friction remains? Refine your vision with discernment, not disruption, to honor progress and stay grounded in real progress. Your vision should evolve, not vanish, when the story ceases to feel absolute. 3. Measuring what matters, identity over output. Traditional metrics focus on volume, but deep growth measures identity, not output. Ask, did my behavior align with who I said I'm becoming? Did I continue, even when emotions sabotaged me? Did I reset after slipping? If you acted, reset, reflected, and continued, you scored identity consistency. That's what makes transformation stick, not how often you crossed off to-dos. 4. Reset rituals. When breaks become bridges. Even the best ritual systems encounter disruption, sickness, travel, emotional blocks, or life chaos. But how you respond matters more than the disruption. When the loop breaks, pause. Acknowledge it. Breathe. Recommit to just 1 micro step without shame. Mark it in proof journal as reset. End with an identity affirmation. I begin again tomorrow. Each reset becomes proof. You are reliable, even if your system isn't perfect. 5. Keeping the system human, not flawless. If code fails, systems fall. But if rituals become too rigid, emotional resistance might break them. Avoid over-optimizing routines with AI prompts that feel too complicated. Tracking too many metrics, publicly performing alignment rather than feeling it. Your system should fit your life, not your life trying to fill the system. Keep it simple, personal, emotionally connected, adaptable. Let resilience, not rigidity, carry your momentum forward. #6. Real example in practice. A Think Fresh Daily viewer shared this transformation. They had ideal AI planned routines for wellness and creativity, but rarely showed up. So they began proof journaling. Day 1, I wrote 1 sentence in journal even though I was tired. Day 2, I took 1 stretch and drank water at 3 p.m. to break the slump. Day 3, I reset after slipping and did the same sentence. By week 3, they hadn't completed the full dream plan, but they felt consistent. They trusted themselves more. Months later, vision still present, momentum now embodied, without having finished the original script. Sustainability summary table. Practice, purpose, consistent. Proof journal. Build identity through real action. Monthly vision review. Refine vision with nuance, not repeat cycles. Identity-based metrics. Measure alignment over volume. Reset ritual. Reinforce resilience when slips happen. Human fit system. Anchor rituals to emotional reality, not ideal conditions. Final reflection and what comes next. Part 6 will bring everything together into a transformation map. A living blueprint you can return to when distractions, AI hype, or emotional stalling arise. If you've ever felt energized by clarity, but lost in your own plans. If you've created perfect schedules that never stuck. If you're seeking growth that feels real, not just inspiring, this is where you begin again. In the next, final part, we'll define how to hold momentum across seasons, set posture for growth through change, confirm how identity and ritual outrank novelty and hype. With Think Fresh Daily, we don't chase tools, we build trust. We don't aim for short spikes, we build momentum. We don't collect clarity, we become clarity. Stay with us. The journey isn't in the plan, it's in living it. Ready to root it all firmly in part 6? By now, you've uncovered the truth. Clarity isn't progress. Emotional safety isn't transformation. And AI, while brilliant, is just a mirror, not a mover. So what carries you forward after the novelty fades? What anchors you when motivation slips and AI inspiration runs dry? The answer is what we build now, your transformation posture. 1. From scripts to self-trust. You don't need another perfect morning routine written by ChatGPT. You don't need another affirmation sequence or dream life visualization. You need to believe that one aligned breath matters. That one moment of showing up, tired, scared, uncertain, counts. That your identity is shaped not by the story, but by the step. Self-trust grows not from completing the plan, but from returning to the ritual, again and again. 2. A living blueprint, what to keep, what to evolve. Let's solidify your transformation map. Element, purpose. Morning anchor, align intention with identity, microaction. Move immediately after insight. Emotional pause, bypass resistance through awareness. Proof log, reinforce self-image through action evidence. Evening reflection, close loops with self-leadership. Reset practice, build resilience during setbacks. Monthly vision review, update direction without abandoning alignment. This blueprint isn't static, you refine it monthly, not emotionally, but intentionally. The goal, consistency that bends, but doesn't break. What true momentum looks like? Forget goals for a moment. Focus on this question instead. Open quote, am I becoming more reliable to myself? Close quote. That's it, that's the metric that matters most. Momentum is not energy, it's not excitement, it's reliability when no one's watching. It's movement without fanfare. It's you facing resistance and breathing forward anyway. Chapter 4, the new relationship with AI. After everything you've explored, here's the real gift AI offers. It can clarify your desires, reflect your vision, suggest ideas, remind you of what's possible, but it cannot live it for you. From now on, use AI after action, not before it. Let it support reflection, not replace self-direction. The less you rely on AI to define your path, the more you'll trust your own instincts to walk it. Now 5, a closing ritual for lifelong growth. Here's a ritual you can carry forward every week forever. 1. Review 5 proof points from the week, actions you took aligned with identity. 2. Note 1 emotion that resisted you and what you did anyway. 3. Refine your micro step for next week, make it even more fail-proof. 4. Anchor the sentence, I moved, therefore I'm becoming. 5. Breathe once and close with gratitude for the process, not perfection. This is how you build a lifestyle of becoming. 6. The final truth. There is no magic script. There is no ideal AI prompt that will finally unlock your dream life. There is only this: you, a single breath, one decision, one micro move, one proof log. Done daily, done honestly, done with love. This is how growth happens. This is how momentum lives. This is how clarity becomes identity, not illusion. At Think Fresh Daily, we don't hand you hype. We offer frameworks, we support reflection, we hold space for becoming. So the next time AI shows you a beautiful version of your future, pause, smile, say thank you, then turn to your breath, turn to your body, turn to action, because only you can close the gap between knowing and becoming. Follow Think Fresh Daily to stay grounded, stay focused, stay real. Let's stop imagining change. Let's live it. You ready? Let's go.